Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming back and learning some more with me tonight. Notes on regular polygons. I know you took them from the middle of page 121 or the middle of page 545, respectively, for your class. And you realize that a regular polygon, there's two things that we need to know about a regular polygon. What are those two things we need to know about a regular polygon? That all sides are what? All sides are what? That's right. Congruent. And all angles are what? That's right, congruent. All the sides, all the angles are congruent. Outstanding. So if you know that every single side is the same length and every single angle is the same measure. So if we know that, we can then take a look at, oops, let me erase this. We can take a look at these regular polygons here, and we can find the measure of each interior angle. So the first thing we have to do, well, what's the total sum of these angle measures? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. We're going back to our first video, and we're saying S is equal to 180 times n minus 2, and 180 times 5 minus 2, which is 180 times 3, which we know is equal to 540 degrees. Well, now that we know that the total sum on the inside, all five of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 angles, we know they're congruent because we know this figure is regular. So we know that we can say, hey, 540 degrees divided by the 5 angles will tell me which one or what angle measure for each one of those, and that comes out to 108 degrees. It comes out to 108 degrees. Now I need to erase this before we move on, so if you need to pause it, you got to pause it. So I'm going to erase this right away because the second one's coming in right there. So ladies and gentlemen, whoops, I'll learn how to do this eventually. Here's our second one. This is a regular figure as well, and we want to find the angle measure for each angle. So what's the first thing we're going to do? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sides. We're going to find the sum on the inside by taking 180 and multiplying it by the number of sides minus 2, which is 180 times 9 minus 2, which is 180 times 7. And 180 times 7 is 1,260. And we know that there's 9 angles. So we take that 1,260, we divide it by 9, and we find that each angle measure in there is 140 degrees. So that's what we know about regular polygons. Every angle is the same measure, every side is the same length, and we can use that to find the angle measure on the inside of a regular figure. So, ladies and gentlemen, now the next thing you need to do is take some notes on the exterior angles, because that's what we want to concentrate for the rest of this video. And yes, this video should be considerably less in length than the last one, but we still need to make sure we cover everything we need. So you should have taken some notes from the respective page 122 or 546. But we want to talk about some things here. We want to remember from our previous video lessons, that was yesterday, lesson 3.2 or lesson, 12.2, that the exterior angles are special. And how are they special? Because there's only one. And what do we have to do? From that vertex, I'm going to go here with A. From that vertex, 2 line segments can be drawn that extend beyond the figure. And that an exterior angle is one that has to be adjacent. We've learned about adjacent. So the exterior angle for this vertex A has to be this one, or it has to be this one. Either one of those two. And we can't use both. We only use one. We only use one of those angles. And here's why. Because the sum of the exterior angles for any convex polygon, you wrote this notes down, is equal to 360 degrees, right? The sum of the exterior angles is equal to 360 degrees. So ladies and gentlemen, if you think about it, if I were to measure this angle here, and then this angle here, and then this here, and here, and here. By the way, if I put all 5 of those partial circles together, that would equal one big circle. So starting here, I can go all the way around in one big circle, and we know that all the way around a circle is 360 degrees. And it only works with a convex polygon. Concave are different. You'll learn about that another day and another time and another adventure in your mathematical career. So, ladies and gentlemen, using now what we know, that we can take and add these angles up. We can add all these angles up and find that the sum is equal to 360. Here we go. We're going to find the missing exterior angle measure. We don't need to know, we don't have to calculate the sum of the exterior angles. We already know, hey, this is a convex polygon. If it's a convex polygon, it equals 360. So now I just have to take this missing measure x and add it to the other three. I'm just going to add them right now and simplify it for us, and that's 274 degrees. Oops, 274. Now we know it equals 360. And now it's just simple solving equations. We're subtracting 274 from each side, and we get that that missing angle measure is 86 degrees. So right here, 86 degrees. You add all three of those together, and we get 360. One more time, ladies and gentlemen. Finding the measure of the exterior angles for this polygon. We have a triangle this time. And we know that we add them all up, it equals what? That's right, 360 degrees. So I'm going to take this missing angle x right here, and this time I'm going to write it all out because we have an expression for the other angle measure, x plus 10, and then we know this is 90. Oops, plus 90. Heavens to Troy. Having a hard time writing this today. That's okay. We'll do it again because we want to autograph our work with excellence. X plus 10 plus 90 is equal to 360 degrees. So now we're going to simplify, combining like terms. What do we get here? We get two x's. And then if we combine these two, we get 100, and that is equal to 360. And then when we subtract 100, we get the 2x is equal to 260. And then we divide by 2, and we get that x is equal to 130. Again, if you're trying to write as fast as I am and listen at the same time, you're not understanding. So I hope you put your pencil down and you're just watching and listening, and then when you're done, when I'm done, you have to pause the video and then you write it all down, rehashing it in your brain so that it sticks. So we know that x is 130. But we want to know the measure of each angle. So I know that this x right here, well, that's an x, so it's 130 degrees. And over here, I've got to take 130 and add the 10, so I know that this angle is actually 140 degrees. And then, of course, we know the one that is 90. So, ladies and gentlemen, pretty straightforward. Of course, if you don't understand from the examples that I have given you, you certainly need to come and talk to me. But everything that you have to do to solve this math is math we know. The only thing we've added is, how do we find the sum of the interior angle measures for a polygon, for a regular polygon, and then the sum of the exterior angles for a convex polygon is 360 degrees. When we know that, we just write our equations and we use skills that we've already learned and practiced the entire year, solving equations. Ladies and gentlemen, our last quick write of the night. Again, make a rough drawing of this polygon, label all the angles that it has labeled, and then do the math and practice, hopefully, what you have learned how to do. And then when you come to class tomorrow, make sure you have questions, and we will talk about it. Thank you for spending your time with me, and we will see you tomorrow.